Good evening, boys and girls. Here we are. Another roll. What are we doing today? We're doing an auction. Coin Night Live auction here. Number 252. I hope everyone is doing wonderfully. As I see, we are already beginning to draw a crowd. At about 5 minutes before start time. And I tell you what, I am ready to be all cleaned up and ready to go, done. I have been poking at this for long enough now, cleaning up, getting everything all done, ready to go. I've been cleaning up the office, trying to... oh no, the FG on your 91.9 was wrong. Not a wide AM. Well, darn it. Raymond Longy, good evening to you, sir. Been putting this off for way too long. About time to actually get something done with the office, you know. It was starting to really hurt. Especially last week when I sat down to sell stuff at the auction. I barely had room to put anything on my desk. Like, this has got to change. It's time to change. So here it came. Like it or not. So for the last week, I've been getting all the boxes of stuff out, and I have been recategorizing my life one coin at a time. Mr. McNear, how you doing, sir? There's DC. Good evening, DC. We still got a few minutes left. So I found some of my key date coins while I was cleaning up. It's one of those things you can do, you know, because when you go through the right boxes at the right time, you find the right stuff. Check this out. $1914D. Another $1914D. Oh, and there's another $1914D. It's a 31S. I found another one that I already put in a box for someone else. And then here's a third one that I found. Just poking around, right? Got two 1909S's that I found. They're in a different box. So I have to sort back through everything. Found this here too. 70S small date, nice little gem coin. Yeah, so they will likely come up for auction here pretty soon. Right now I got to figure out exactly what I'm doing. Found a 70S small date and a mint set. That's kind of cool right there. I tell you what, that's kind of cool. Yep, everyone gets a 14D. That's right. Everybody who shows up with the right password gets a 14D. If you can tell me what the right password is. Good notice on auction day. I tell you what, I got to figure out a way of getting you guys to opt in to emails so I can send emails to you. I've been kind of screamed at by the internet gods to be that I'm sending out emails to too many people who don't want emails. Well, I thought it was simple enough just to respond with unsubscribe or take me off the list or whatever, and I'd do it immediately. But the problem still persists that some people have joined up on the list for the auction and decided they didn't want to be on it anymore, but didn't want to tell me. They figured they would just complain instead. So, Chuck is the man is the password. No, not clam chowder either. NIH. Something in holder. The right password. Mine. Oi, nobody here's got it right. No long words, no foreign languages. It's pretty simple. If you know, you know. I have no idea what these coins are sitting here. They're going to get filtered into the other stuff. The password is nipple. No, very, very simple. So I'm not going to give it to anybody. If you know it, you know it. All right, we're ready to go. How about that? Got 17 people in studio right now. And it is time for an auction. Is Eric here? Eric is not here, which is fine. We'll get started off here without him. Let's go with the first. What's my wife's name? Tammy. The first coin up for auction today is a 1989 Broadstruck Lincoln cent. 1989 Broadstruck Lincoln cent. We're going to start this off at $8. How about an $8 bid? Can I get $8? $8 now. Anybody bid of $8? How about a bid of $8? $8. Looking for 8. There's Carl. Carl, hello, Carl. Carl with an $8 bid now, looking for 8.5. How about 8.5? 8.5. Anybody bid a half? Anybody bid a half? Anybody bid 8.5 now? Looking for 8.5. Once at $8, looking for a bid of 8.5. 8.5 now. Anybody bid of 8.5? How about a bid of 8.5? 8.5. Anybody bid 8.5? On twice at 8, looking for 8.5. How about a bid of 8.5? Anybody bid of 8.5? 8.5 now. Anybody bid of 8.5? Sold. $8. Carl. Thank you very much, sir. Get this written in here. Get the coin put away. The coin. All right. Item number 2. Well, much like in the last item, we have another Broadstruck cent. The reason these have that black ring on them is because that's exposed zinc, because the copper plating just shattered. And so we got another one here. We're going to start at $8, 1993. Start at $8, $8 bid. How about a bid of $8, $8 now? How about a bid of $8? How about a bid of 8? Got Carl with 8 now, and 8.5. 8.5. Anybody bid of 8.5? How about a bid of 8.5? We're going to do a broken record here. 8.5. How about a bid of 8.5? There's Brad with a bid of 9. Bid of $9. 9 now, 9.5. How about a bid of 9.5? 9.5, 9. There's 10. 10 now, 11. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? How about $11 bid now? Anybody bid $11? How about a bid 11? I got 10. Looking for a bid of $11. $11 bid now. How about a bid $11? I got a 10 going once. Looking for a bid of $11. How about a bid 11? Bid 11. Bid 11 now. Anybody bid 11? There's 11 now, 12. 11 now, 12 now, 12. How about a bit of $12 bid? Any bit of $12. How about a bit of 12 now? A bit of 12. 11 going once. How about a bit of $12? 12 now, and a bit of $12 bid. How about a $12 bid? Now, and a bit of $12 bid. How about a 12? This coin's the size of a nickel. Yeah, there's your reverse. The revice. This thing looks like it might be double struck. Once in color and once out of color. I got Brad with a 12 now, $13. $13. How about a bit of $13 now? A bit of 13. There's Carl at 13 now, 14. 13 now, $14. How about a bit of $14 now? A bit of 14. How about a bit of 14? Wait a bit of $14. There's 15 now, 16. 15 now, $16. How about a bit of $16? Wait a bit of $16 now. How about a bit of 16? There's 16 now, 17. 17 now, and a bit of 17 now, a bit of 17. How about a bit of 17? It isn't black. It's kind of a whitish color. It's zinc. So that is gray. It's what zinc looks like. Dan says he's a hoot. Right, Mark? I got a $17 bid now from Frank looking for 18. How about a bit of $18 now? How about a bit of 18, a bit of 18? I got a 17 looking for a bit of 18. How about a bit of $18 now? A bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? There's 18 now, 19. How about a bit of $19 now? A bit of $19. How about a bit of 19? I got 18 going once now. Looking for a bit of 19. How about a bit of 19? 18 twice. Now look for a bit of 19. How about a bit of $19? How about a bit of 19? Sold to Carl at $18. Thank you, Carl. Let me get us rolling here on the next coin. The next coin is much like the others, only a different date. Oy, I'm getting tired of my box already here. Okay. All right, this one is a big one. I've got splits all around the head. Looks like it was struck through something there around the nose. Almost makes him look like a tapir. I don't know. This one, also starting at $8. Can I get an $8 bid? $8 to start. How about a bit of $8? $8 now. A bit of $8. How about a bit of 8? I got an $8 bid now. 9. How about a $9 bid? 9 now. I need a bit of 9. There's 9 now, 10. How about a $10 bid? $10. Anybody bid a $10 bid? How about a bid of $10? That one does have a dark spot. There on the reverse. Carl back at 10. Now looking for an 11. Hello, Mr. Ash. Good day to you, sir. Got him at $11. Now 12. Got Mike at 10. Or 11. Looking for 12. Carl's got 15 now. 15 now. Looking for a bit of $16. How about a bit of $16 now? A bit of 16. Wouldn't it be nice if that was the double die? God, that would be freakish. I got Dan back at 16 now. Carl at 17. $17 now. Looking for a bit of 18. 18 now. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. A bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? 18 now. A bit of 18. Looking for a bit of 18. How about a bit of 18? $18 now. How about a bit of 18? $18. Anybody a bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? There's 18. 18. Mr. Ash at 18 now. 19. 19. Looking for 19. How about a bit of 19? $19. Anybody a bit of 19? I would implore you, ladies and gentlemen, to be watching the auctions over the coming weeks. I have found a lot of good stuff to put in auctions. I got Carl back at 20. Dan says he is oot. Oot. Oot and a boot. Let me do it like that. I hate this foam. It doesn't expand enough. Right, Carl? You off work this evening? I got a $20 bid now. Looking for a bid of 21. 21. How about a bid of 21? Hello, Russell. Bid of 20. Looking for a bid of 21. $21. How about a bid of 21? 20 going once. There's 21. 21 now 22. 22. How about a bid of 22? 22 now. Anybody bid of 22? 21 now. Looking for a bid of 22. 22. How about a bid of 22 now? Anybody bid of 22? How about a bid of 22? 22. Anybody bid of 22? Thunderstorms. That'll do it. That'll bring you in off the course. There's a 22 now 23. 23 now. Anybody bid of 23? How about a bit of 23? 23. Anybody bid of 23? Anything severe in your area, Carl? Or is it all just kind of thunder and lightning and rain? I know they've got, well, you got tornadoes in that area. Okay, well, keep your nose to the window. I know that we've got a lot of weather out there somewhere because Ryan Hall's got the guys out chasing. All right, got Mr. Ash at 23. Looking for a bit of 24. 24 now. How about a bit of 24? Anybody bit of 24? How about a bit of 24? 24. Anybody bit of 24? 24 now. There's Carl at 25. 25. 25 now. Looking for a bit of 26. $26. How about a bit of 26? 26. Anybody bit of 26? 26. Anybody bid of 26? How about a bit of 26? 25 going once. Looking for a bit of 26. 25. 25 going twice now. Looking for a bit of 26. Final call. Got 25. Looking for a bit of 26 now. How about a bit of 26? 26. Sold to Carl. 25. Carl, you're jumping in just at the right time. You're getting just the right bids. And you're the only winner of any lot this evening so far. Not that I'm complaining. Next one. 1938 nickel. Choice to Gem BU. First year for the Jefferson nickel. 1938. Very nice choice to Gem BU coin. Pretty, right? Valued about $15. We're going to start this one off at $8. $8 bid. How about a bit of $8? $8 bid now. A bit of $8. How about a bit of $8? $8 now. And a bit of $8. How about a bit of $8 now. A bit of $8. There's Frank at 8. Tim tries 8. Needs a bit of 8.5. There's Brad at 10. Now 11. Brad at 10. Now $11. $11 bid. How about an $11 bid? 11 now. Anybody bid 11? 10. Looking for an $11 bid. There's 11 now. 12. 11 now. 12. 12. 12. How about a bit of $12? $12 bid. How about a bit of 12? 12. Anybody bid of $12? $12. Anybody bid of 12? How about a bit of 12? Got 11 going once now. Looking for 12. Twice at 11. Looking for 12. $12. How about a $12 bid? Anybody bid a $12? $12 bid. There's 12. Tim Weber at 12. Now looking for 13. 12. Looking for 13. $13. How about a $13 bid? Anybody bid a 13? Need a bid of 13. Frank said he is out. 12 now. Looking for a bit of 13. $13. How about a bit of 13? 13. Anybody bid of 13? 13. How about a bit of 13? 12 once. Looking for a bit of 12. 13. $13 now. How about a bit of 13? $13. Anybody bid of 13? How about a bit of 13? 12 going twice. Looking for a bit of 13. $13 now. Anybody bid of 13? $13. How about a bit of 13? 13. Last chance. And we're sold. Tim Weber finally breaking the streak of Carl. Figured that was going to happen anyway. We run a nickel. Carl's allergic to nickels. All right, next up. How about 50% off? Nope, 50% off center. This one is a 1980, 81, or 82 cent. It could be a 79, but I kind of doubt it. We don't know for sure. Nobody does. Nobody does. We know it's not after 1982. It's a copper Lincoln cent. You're allergic to water? Oh, how about if I give you guys a start price? Where do I find them? I don't even know. Start at $5. How about a $5 bid on this? Anybody give me a 5? How about a 5? Anybody give a 5? Give 5, give 5. Anybody bid a 5? How about a bid of 5? Anybody bid a 5? $5 bid, only 5. $5, $4.99. What a bargain. I got 3 bidders, and Mickey is one of them. Dirty Water is a bidder too, but I've got Brad Anderson first at 5, Mickey at 6, DC 7, Brad at 8. I got Brad at 8 now looking for 9. Got 8 looking for 9. How about a 9? How about a 9? $9 bid, 9. A bit of $9. How about a $9 bid? Anybody bid a 9? There's Mickey at 10. Mickey at 10, now 11. How about 11? Anybody bid 11? How about 11? $11 bid, 90. But a bid 11. How about 11? There's 11. Dan at 11, now 12. 12, 12. There's Brad at 12, now 13. Folks, I am not sleepy. I'm not tired. I've been yawning all day. Can't really figure out why. There's Paul Sasso at 13. 13 now, 14. $14. How about a $14 bid? A bit of 14. How about a 14? 14. Mickey is out. Mickey is tapped. Got 13. Looking for a bit of 14. $14. How about a bit of 14? 14. Anybody bid of 14? I've been on Ozempic for a week, so I take my second shot tomorrow. There's Dan at 14. Dan at 14 now, looking for a bit of 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? 15. Anybody bid of 15? Paul is out. Dan is 14, looking for a bit of 15. Now, how about a bit of 15? Once at 15 now, looking for a bit of, once at 14, looking for a bit of 15. How about a bit of 15? $15. How about a $15 bid? How about a 15? 15. Anybody bid of 15? Twice at 14, looking for a bit of 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? 15 now, anybody bid of 15? Last chance. Sold to Dan at 14. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Let's see here. 14. Dan McCumber. Alrighty then. Next up, we got a 1957 D Lincoln cent with toning. Nice toning. Let me see. Let me get it out of here. Get out of there. Look at that. Look at the colors. That's starting at $2. $2, boys and girls. $2. How about a $2 bid, too? Anybody bid a 2? How about a $2 bid? Buy half a Starbucks for me here. $2 bid. Now, anybody bid a $2? How about a $2 bid? DC out at 2. 2 now. Brad at 2 now, looking for a bit of 2.5. $2.50 now. How about a 2.5? 2.5 bid down. Anybody bid a 2.5? Got 2. Looking for a bit of 2.5. 2.5 down. Anybody bid a 2.5? How about a bit of 2.5? 2 once. Looking for a bit of 2.5. 2.5 now. How about a 2.5? 2.5. Anybody bid a 2.5? Twice now at 2. Looking for a bit of 2.5. 2.5 now. How about a 2.5? Anybody bid a 2.5? right, sold to DC. Thank you very much, DC, for $2. By the way, I meant to show you this. A little late now, but you look at the obverse on this and it's got that really nice color. You look at the reverse, it's all red. You can't do that unnaturally. It is or it isn't. Next out the gate, got a 1974 with color. A little bit of a fingerprint there too. 74 with color, going to start this at $2. $2 bid. How about a 2? Anybody bid a 2? How about a 2? $2. 1974D. That's not reacting to the color, to the camera very nicely, but you see it does have color. Mr. Ash at 2. 2 now, looking for 2.5. 2.5. Anybody bid a 2.5? 2.5 now. How about a 2.5? Oh, 2.5. Anybody bid a 2.5 once? 2.5 now, looking for 2.5 twice. All right, sold $2. Mr. Ash. Let me get that in here. All right, next up. This one's really neat looking, but it's cool. Hello, Roy. Good evening, sir. $2. Start me off in this 1968. Look at the color on that. How about that for a coin, right? 1968. Sorry, it's in a 2x2. Makes it a little bit difficult to see. But man, look at those colors. Dirty Water gives me a $2 bid. Now 2.5. 2.5. How about a 2.5? 2.5. Anybody bid a 2.5? Yeah, that ain't no joke on them colors. Mr. Allen, how are you, sir? Mr. Ash gives me 2.5. 2.5 now, looking for a $3 bid. 3 now, anybody bid a $3 bid? How about a 3? DC comes in just a wee bit late on that one. Gives me a 3 now, 3.5. I've got DC at 3 now, 3.5. 3.5. Anybody bid a 3.5? 3.5. Mr. Ash at 3.5 now, 4. 3.5 now, $4 bid. How about a $4 bid? Anybody bid a $4 bid? How about a bid of 4? $4 looking for a bid of $4 bid. How about a $4 bid? 3.5 once. Now looking for a bid of 4.5. 4. How about a bid of 4 now? Anybody bid of 4? 3.5 twice. Now looking for a bid of 4. How about a bid of 4 now? Anybody bid of 4? Anybody of 4? I think so too, Dirty Water. No bid after 3.5. Sold. Mr. Ash, 3.5. 350 bid. That's what my next coin will be right there, 1941, Philadelphia. Nice woody. Going to start this off at $5 only, $5. How about a bid of $5? Look at that. Multi-directional wood grain. You got it on the reverse as well. Both sides. Who's going to get me somewhere? $5. 5. Anybody bid a $5 bill? How about a $5 bill? $5. Anybody bid a $5 bid? Not a bid of 5. There's DC at 5. 5 now. 5.5. 5.5. Anybody bid a 5.5? 5.5 now. Anybody bid a 5.5? There's 6. Brad at 6. Now 7. Got 6. Looking for a $7 bid. 7 now. Anybody bid a $7? How about a $7 bid? $7 bid. Now anybody bid a 7? 6 now. Looking for 7. There's Dan back at $8 now. $8 now. Looking for a bid of 9. 9. How about a bid of 9? There's DC at 9 now. 10. $9 bid, now 10, now 10, 10, 10. How about a $10 bid, $10 bid, itty bitty bit of $10. Me thunk so too, Dirty Water. There's Mr. Anderson back at 10, 10 now, $11. 11, how about $11 bid? 11 now, anybody bid $11? How about 11? Dan is out. Got Brad at 10, looking for an $11 bid going once now. How about a bid of $11? $11, how about $11 bid? Pretty neat looking grain pattern going on there. It's a crisscross. Last call now, last call. Brad's got it at 10, looking for a bid of 11. Done. $10. Brad Anderson. Thank you, good sir. All right, next up. You're going to like this one. Look at that. 1939D. Nice Woody on a 39D. What, really? Doesn't show very well on the obverse. But you can see it on a reverse there, especially when you kind of zoom in a little bit with your eyes and you kind of look at the woody grain to this. Password is not Santa Claus. Brad gives me a $10 bid. Frank at 8. Brad at 10. Looking for an 11. How about $11? $11 now. How about $11 bid? There's Richard Sappington in with an $11 bid and a hello to all. Got $11 now. 12, 12, 12. How about a $12 bid? Anybody bid a $12 bid? How about a bid of $12 bid? There's Frank at 12 now. 13, 13. How about a bid of $13? Anybody bid a $13? 12, looking for a bit of $13 now. How about a bit of $13 now? A bit of 13. There's a bit of 13. Mr. Ash at 13 now. 14. Looking for 14. $14. How about a bit of 14? $14 now. A bit of 14. 14. I got a 13, looking for a bit of 14. $14. How about a bit of 14? $14 now. A bit of 14. Good evening, Mr. Cooper. Here's Frank at 14. Frank at 14 now, looking for a bit of 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? $15 now. A bit of 15. 15. Anybody a bit of 15? $15. How about a bit of 15? 15. Got 14 once now, looking for a bit of 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? 15. Anybody a bit of 15? I had a 14 twice, looking for a bit of 15. $15. How about a bit of 15? $15 now. A bit of 15. All right, sold to Frank at $14. All righty then. Let's see, where do we go from here? I have a stack. It's a mystery pack of toned coins. Let me bring this out here. In fact, we're going to have to figure out a good way to... Is that... No, that's not what I'm looking for. Hang on. Let me go out here. Copy that. Go back in here. And paste that in here. bring it down like that. So now I can show you the first coin in this. Look at that. Nice little tuna right there. All right, let me give you a price. Know where you're going to start. 6 coins here. $7. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. What happened here? I am in the right place. Huh. That's weird. There we go. $7. That's where we start. $7 on this. 6 coins, $7. All of them comparable to that. But it's a mystery pack. That's why they call them mystery packs. There's 6 coins in here. All of them are toners. Starting at 7. DC at $7. 7 now. Looking for a bit of $8. $8 now. How about a bit of $8? $8 now. How about a bit of $8? How about a bit of 8? At $3 a coin, that would be $18. I got Dan for 8. DC for 9. Looking for 10. 10 now, 11, 10. How about a bit of 10? Bit of 10, looking for a bit of $10. 10 now, how about a bit of 10? 9 going once, looking for a bit of 10. There's 10. These are all copper. Got 10, looking for an $11 bid. Mr. Ash got 10, looking for an 11. There's DC at 11 now, 12. $12, $12, anybody bid a $12, $12 bid. How about a bid of $12, 12, anybody bid a 12. There's Mr. Ash at 12. 12 now, 13, 13. How about a bit of $13, $13? You want to see the back? There it is. Come on. There you go. There's the reverse. Yeah, I'm being a smart ass, right? DC at 13. 13 now, look for a bit of 14. $14. How about a bit of 14, 14? Anybody bit of 14? I got 13, looking for a bit of 14, $14. How about a bit of 14, $14 now? A bit of 14. Still under $3 a coin. Under $3 a coin. I'll tell you what we're going to do here. All right. So we're going to stop here. No silver. It's all toned Lincolns. I got 2 packs, number 11 and number 12. Mr. Ash at $12. $12. Ben, which of these 2 packs do you want? This is for Mike. Which of the 2 packs would you like, Mr. Ash? And then I will offer the other at $12 to DC. So Mr. Ash and DC. Mike, what do you want? You want number 11. Okay. DC, you want the other one. Okay. That's how you do it. This is how we do it. All right. Awesome, awesome. Let's say 12 here and 12 here. Mr. Ash gets that one and DC gets this one. Next up, Jailhouse Clash, Lincoln Cent and Annex holder, old soapbox holder, 2000. You can actually see one of the columns. If I show it to you just like that right there, you can see it under his nose. But if you want to see it up close, look at that. You can see the entire jailhouse around Lincoln there on this 2000 Lincoln Cent MS66 red ANACS, ANACS, which way back in the early days, that stood for the American Numismatic Association Certification Service. But they don't follow that anymore because ANACS and the ANA kind of parted ways many, many moons ago. There you go, look at that. No, it's probably not a white AM. Nope, not a white AM. That is a close AM. So we got Carl at 15, Mark at 16, Carl back at 17. 17 now, looking for a bit of 18, $18. How about a bit of 18? Mark at 18 now, Carl at 20. 20 now, looking for a bit of 21, $21. How about a bit of 21, 21? Anybody a bit of 21? Carl at 20, looking for a bit of 21. There's Mark at 22. 22 now, 23. $23. How about a bit of 23? 23 to a bit of 23. Carl at 25. 25 now, looking for a bit of 26. $26 now. How about a bit of 26? 26. A bit of 26. There's Mark out. Carl at 25, going once, looking for a bit of $26. 26. How about a bit of 26? I got 25. 25 twice now, looking for a bit of 26. Those clashes are really neat looking. Sold to Carl, 25. Appreciate it, Carl. Thank you very much, sir. Nice BU Boo. 1938 S. Lincoln Cent coming up next. Here it is. Choice BU 1938 San Francisco. San Francisco. There it is, $8, Matthew. Brad gives me a 12, 12. Now looking for a bit of 13, $13. How about a bit of 13, 13? Anybody a bit of 13? Matt back at 13 now, 14. $14 now. How about a bit of 14, $14? Anybody a bit of 14? How about a bit of 14, 14? 13, looking for a bit of 14. There's Brad back at 15. 15 now, 16. $16. How about a bit of 16, $16? Anybody a bit of 16? There's Matt at 16 now, 17. 16 now, 17, $17. How about a bit of 17, 17? Anybody a bit of 17? No bit of 17. Got 16 going once. Looking for a bit of 17. 17. How about a bit of 17? There's Brad at 17 now. 18. $18. How about a bit of 18? 18 now. A bit of 18. There's Matt back at 18 now. 19. Brad says lot. Not sure what that. Oh, out. I guess you could mess up LO for an OU. Brad is out. Matthew at 18 now, looking for a bit of 19, $19. How about a bit of 19, 19? Sell it to Brad, $18. Congrats, Brad. Thank you, mon good sir, mon frère. Look at this next up. I'll show it to you real quick so as you don't have a chance to miss it. Look at that above the 0 and the date. Isn't that wild? Very interesting struck through on this coin. We're going to get this one started at $8. $8 is my number today. Tell you what. I got Richard. Start me off at 12 now. Looking for a bit of $13. How about a bit of $13 now? And a bit of 13. Right? Where did Denver go? I don't even know what that struck through, but it appears to be a fragment of metal. But it fell out. So this is a concave little hole left in the coin. Little pothole. I got Mike at 15 now. Looking for a bit of $16. How about a bit of 16? How about a bit of 16? Any bit of 16? Carl at 16 now. 17 now. Looking for a bit of $17. How about a bit of 17? Any bit of 17. There's Mike back at 17 now. 18 $18 bid. How about a bit of $18 bid? How about a bit of 18 now? Any bit of $18? I got 17. Looking for a bit of 18. Any bit of 18? 17 going once. Looking for an 18 now. Any bit of 18? How about a bit of $18? I got a 17 going twice now. Looking for a bit of $18. How about a bit of $18? Any bit of 18? How about a bit of 18? Backside's normal. That's why I didn't show it to you. It's actually a very nice normal. But it is normal. Carl says 18. 18 now, $19. There's Mr. Ash at 19 now, 20. $20 now, and a bit of $20 bill. How about a bit of 20? Anybody bit of 20? Got 19, looking for a bit of $20 now, and a bit of 20. How about a bit of 20? I need one of those scientific agitators. You know what I'm talking about? That you put a pan on, and it makes the water flow back and forth all night long, so the water keeps moving. Well, you get one of those, and you set it up under the microscope, and you put your coin on it, and it goes like this, hypnotizing you. I don't have to sit here and do that with my fingers. We could use something like that around here. All right, Mike is going to get this one. $19. Thank you, sir. We're going to play a game. Yeah, right? DC's going to fall asleep on me. Don't fall asleep. We're just getting ready to have fun. We just about to have a good time. All right, let me get those out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. And make sure my camera is zoomed out about as far as I can go. I need to put a "Let's Do It This Way" sticker up here. Here. How about that? All right, boys and girls, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fill a box, and then we're just going to start bidding on what's in the box. We're going to do this a piece or two at a time, but I'm going to go kind of quickly. But we're going to start this off. This is Build-A-Box here, kind of like Build-A-Bear. We're going to start this at $1. Start bidding for me. Anybody want to start bidding? Here is a package of small foreign silver. Small foreign silver. That goes in the box. How about when Anax first came out with their larger size slabs? How about a sample? 2005 sample slab given out at the 2000. These were given out at the 2005 Midwinter Kansas City Convention. That goes in the box. What do we got here? 1969D floating roof. Yay. You get one of those. And here's a little package with, looks like proof and mint state coins. Nope, all mint state. Nope, there's a proof, 1964. There's a 2011 D in there, and then there's some quarters. Clag quarters, nice ones. Nobody escapes my lair without taking mint set pieces with them. Got mint set pieces. You a double die hunter? Here's your pound of foreign coins to hunt through for your double dice. It's only worth $20. Only worth $21 now, huh? We have, this is a PDS set of 1939. Or is that 29? It might be 29. Here, let's bring up the all-seeing eye so we can look at this. Nope, wrong one. Not that. Go away. There we go. Is it 39 or 29? 29. 1929 PDS set. Really nice ones, too. That goes in the box. That scratches on the plastic, not on the coin. So there's at least a $12, $15 value there going in the box. Next in the box, have some fun. There's a 1970 D rotated die that's zinc plated. How about that? What's a 39? Which one is a 39? 29S. There's a 29D. And a 29 plain. They're all 29s, brother. And just for that, here's a Woody. Really nice looking 1929 Woody. It's 29 day. Here's a 1932 nice Woody. That's kind of sexy right there. It's all right, Paul. We'll teach you how to read soon enough. One of these days, here's a whole pack full of proofs. Proof pennies from whatever years. All right, we got a lot more value than what's being bid on this. I'm just waiting for the bids to start going up. Let's see what's in here. There's a 16D, here's a 16, a 19, 1920, 20D, 16S, 17D. There's a 20S, 25. There's a 24D, folks. 24D, 21S, 25S, 25D, 26D, 26 plain. There's $50, $60 worth of coins are right there. Right there, about 50 bucks. Right there. And we got a 3-pack of rolls. These are 61D, 64D, and something else from back in those days. Now these are just random as hell. These are 2002. It's not a complete full roll, but it's 2002. Here is one. It says 56D on the top. Oh, and it is. It's a circulated roll of 56D. Give you an opportunity to search for some of the goodies in 56D. And here is a 1990D partial roll, I believe. Yeah, this is you can see the color. Most of it circulated. 1990D. Just some stuff. Here's a mix of memorials. All kinds of different issues and memorials. We got a $90 bid now. Looking for a little more maybe. 1960 proof dime. Silver proof dime. Like that. Here, I got this one's in here more for the case than it is for the coins. But But you can use this case. So it's a 43 steel cent set. I mean, these are, these are 25 cents a piece, but you can put $5, $10 coins in there and make it look nice. Emergency money. Here's a full 1982 set. All 7 coins. 1982. Let's see. Got a 54S double die. Repunch mint mark. It's an S over S. 1954S. And last but not least, it's a 2000 Philadelphia. This is a 2000 Philadelphia from a mint set. These are a little different from the ones that they put in the regular coins. It is a close AM, so it's a normal coin. But look how hit-free this is. Came in a mint set. That's what we've got. End of that. Let's go ahead and finish up the bidding. Got a 105. 105 with T-Rep Adventures looking for a 110 now. Anybody bid a 110? Actually, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We've got $10 increments. At 100, we start $10 increments. Brad's got this at 100. Need 110. 110 would be the next valid bid. Got 100 looking for 110. 110 now. Anybody bid a 110? How about a bid a 110? 110? You got a couple of the 43s. Yeah. They're kind of cool. 100 now looking for a bid of 110. Brad is my last valid bid. T-Rep, your bid of 105 doesn't count because it's only a $5 up. There we go. There's a $10 up. Oh, the 82 sets. Okay. I got a 110 now looking for a bid of 120. 120 now. How about a bid of 120? 120 now. A bid of 120. Ready, bid a bit of 120. How about a bit of 120? A bit of 120. 120 now. A bit of 120. How about a bit of 120? We're going to stop at 110. I can do that. T-Rep, congratulations. Thank you. All right. This one is box 1 for T-Rep. Going just like it is. Pat it up real nice. Seal it up, mail it. Now this box, this little box of mine, can't stay the way it is because part of this box you get this. And this, folks, is, let me make this a little smaller so you can see. Oops. Let's do that. There we go. So this is one of those Whitman boxes, one of those snap pull apart boxes. Really nice to hold 2x2s. And see, it has 2x2s. These are all modern cents. So there's a 60D small date, large date. There's a 61 there, 62s. Okay. So there's that. That's the first part of this box. I'm going to lay it over here so you can still see it, but it doesn't get in the way. Then let's see, what do we have? What do we have, Bob? Well, we have a 1949D roll, a 1939 roll. How about a 45D and a 44? Yeah, got some rolls for you there. Here's a stack of wheat cents, stack of Wheaties. Don't go without your Wheaties, right? What do we have next, Bob? Well, we've got this interesting lot of Canadian small cents. These are all George V, 1920s and early 1930s. Interesting small cents there. Those rolls are not uncirculated, no. They're all common circ. Here's one that's not common circ, though. It's 1929S. Very nice looking 1929S. You get that in there. Now this one is uncirculated. It's 2001 Philly. That one is uncirculated. That goes in there. How about, told you can't get away without some mint sets. A 2009 Philly half of a mint set. Let me get a 2007 Denver half. Nope, that's a Philly half, sorry. It's blue Chuck. It's Philly. So there's that. It's an interesting nickel. I'm not even sure how I got it or where it came from, but it's a bison nickel. And it's in this big flat thing. It looks like maybe somebody's business card was on this and the business card got peeled off. I don't know. Here, this is cool. There is a struck cent next to a blank or a planchet. Right, that $7 he's talking about is face value, folks. Let's see. What do we have in here? Oh, there's some more, slightly more modern small cents. These all look like they're George VI and Elizabeth, early Elizabeth, up to 1964. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, here's some. There's an 89 Philly roll. There is a mystery roll. I wonder what this one is. Fed Reserve of St. Louis, Louisville branch. It's an old universal roll. Let's see. I tossed this in there not even knowing what it was. Let's see. 1977. That's a 77 roll. Uh, 85D. 89 Philadelphia. Yep. 2001 Denver. 2016 from Littleton. There's a 2009 LP3 from Littleton. There's a few late 50s nickels. What else we got in here? Oh, boys and girls. We have a bag that has foreign silver inside of it. Some of this is silver, not all of it. Actually, a lot of it is silver. Foreign silver box. Oh, what would you do if I told you we're not done? Some various wheat pennies. I'm not sure what those are. This one starts off with a 28D, so it's got to be something pretty good. Got to be something pretty good, right? What's this? 1930D. That's a nice one, too. 1960 small date. 1960 Philadelphia small date, and another 1960 Philadelphia small date. 2 60 Philly small dates. Password is not mystery. And then a 19, a 16, a 19, a 20. A 20D, 20S, 21, 21S. And there's a 25, 25D, 25S, a 1909, 1926D, 1913, 1932, and 1939S, all for you. Brad's at 120 now. Looking for a bit of 120, 130. 120 now. Looking for a bit of 130. That is nearly all. I have a mint set 1989D Lincoln cent, really nice shape, and a Littleton Lincoln head cent. Item number 5828. It is a 2007 Philadelphia. Right? Password is not RPM. All right, it's closed up. What are we going to bid on at 130 now? 130. Looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140, 140 now? A bit of 140. How about a bit of 140, 140? Hello, Sand Digger. Looking for a bit of 140. How about a bit of 140, 140 now? How about a bit of 148? A bit of 140, 140. How about a bit of 140? Nope. It should, Paul, but it's okay. Nope. 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 What did I say the person who got the password would get? Because I don't even remember at this point. What did I tell you? We're going to bid any more? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. All right, T-Rep gets this one too. That box number 2. Thank you, T-Rep. I want to forget that part, right? All right, next. Well, this one's not quite as heavy, but that doesn't mean it's not as good. There's a 1960 set. Philly and Denver, small and large. All 4 different ones. Nope, no passwords yet. Who are you? 1997 Philadelphia. 97 Philadelphia. Let's see, what do we have in this one? 1910, 11D, a 16, 16D, 16S, 17D, 17S, an 18, 18D, 18S, 19, and a 24D. 24D, folks. Look at the price on that one. $49. Semi-key coin here. Got a $60 bid so far. You're barely paying for that one coin. There's 70 T-Rep. Thank you. What do we got here? Here's a 1994 P&D and a 96 P, all mint set coins. There's a stack of BIE die breaks. Big old stack of them. These are all by errors. All of them appear to be wheat cents. Wheat cents. By errors. Here's you a stack of play slabs. And what do we have here but a box containing a bunch of wheat cents. Wheat cents. It's wheat cents. And memorials. That foam thing is the divider between the wheats and the memorials. So we got a little bit of both. We got a $100 bid on this so far. How about 110? 110? Anybody bid 110? 110, 110. How about a bit of 110? Anybody bid a 110? 110 now. Anybody bid a 110? Got a 100. Looking for a bit of 110. 110 now. Anybody bid a 110? Can you guys tell I'm ready to kind of start disheveling some of the bits and pieces? Paul Sasso at 110, 110. Now look at a bit of 120. 120. How about a bit of 120, 120 now? A bit of 120. How about a bit of 120, 120? I got Brad back at 120, 120 now. 130. 130. How about a bit of 130, 130 now? A bit of 130. How about a bit of 130, 130 now? A bit of 130. No one has hit it yet. Got a 120, looking for a bid of 130, 130. Password is not easy. I'll tell you at the end of the show. Paul is out. Brad at 120, looking for a bid of 130. 130 now. Anybody bid of 130? How about a bid of 130, 130, 130? Anybody bid of 130? How about a bid of 130, 130? Yeah. Go big or go home. All right. Sold on this one to Brad. I don't even remember what the password's for, Paul. Oh, it's to get in. Like passwords usually are to get in, right? All right, let's see here. Oh, it was for a 14D. Is that right? Is that what I said? Okay, well, that's what it's for then. Who would this go to? That's Brad Anderson. And that was number 3. Password 1234. What do you think? Nah, that's not it. Let's do another Build-A-Box. What do you say? Let's get started with... Ooh. Oof. This is a bag of pretty nice earlier Lincolns for the most part. We've got 30s and 40s in here. Maybe a couple from the 50s. Nice little bag full here, though. Frank gives me a 75 open. Thank you, Frank. This is a bag of who the hell knows what. I don't know. I just picked them up off the floor and said that would be a good thing to throw in. So that's what I did. Boss told me to. Said don't look at it. Just throw it in. There's a 24D. 1916, 1920, 20D, 20S, 21, 21S, 25. There's a 25D, 25S, 26, 26D. A nice one, too. Says $1 on that. That coin's a very fine. 26D and very fine's worth more than $1. There's another 26D right there. A 27D, 28D, and a 43 PDS reprocessed set. Look at that. There you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't think so. Wow. Dirty water, you're thinking way too hard. way too hard. What's this? How about a 36S, 37S, 38S, and 39D? All pretty red coins. How about that? There's $25, $30 worth of coins right there. Right there. Got a $75 bid. Looking for more than 75. Anybody bid more than 75, 75, 80? $80 bid now. Looking for an $80 bid. Oh, am I done? Oh, until somebody starts bidding, yeah. There's 80. 80 now, 85. 85, 85. Anybody bid of 85? Look at that. There's a 1920S. There's a 25D. And there is another 25D. So we got some 1920s pretties in here. Frank at 95 now. Get you another stack of toy slabs. What do we have? Here's a 1998 partial roll, 1998D. Told you can't get out of here without mint sets. 1971 complete mint set in the original envelope. 1971 full mint set original envelope. Well, you guys are trying really way too hard on that password. I don't even remember what it's for. There's a 2022 roll. But I don't think it would be my 14Ds. Let's see here. This one is a 2009 Denver roll, but I don't know which design they are. You'll find out. You figure it out. And last but not least, I can't let you get out of here without a box, right? This one's stuffed to the brim with wheats on this side and memorials on this side. You like these. These were all coins that were put in holders for one reason or another. All right, there it is. Frank's got a 110 bid. And Steve Allen, is that your bid at 120? Or did you just happen to get a 120 in there? The password, no. Nope. Steve Allen at 120. All right, 120. Now looking for a bit of 130, 130. How about a bit of 130, 130 now? A bit of 130. Looking for a bit of 130. How about a bit of 130, 130 now? A bit of 130. How about a bit of 130? It's going to be box number 4. Password veteran. No. Space Force. Oprah. Oprah Cadabra. Got any bid above 120? Steve Allen at 120. Looking for a bit of 130, 139. A bit of 130. How about a bit of 130, 130, 130? Wait, a bit of 130. How about a bit of 139? A bit of 130, 139. A bit of 130. Steve Allen's a winner. At 120, $120. You guys are still all wrong. Alrighty then. One more. One more Build-A-Box. What do we have here? Well, we have a nice stack of actually better condition, pretty nice looking 1920s Lincolns. A lot of 29s, 29S. A lot of nice ones. They're all probably fine to very fine or better. Another discovery piece there. This is a bag of, appears to be just memorials. All of them are nice shiny red ones, and they're all different years. Something to look through. We don't have a bid on this one yet, do we? No bid on this one. Oh, wait a minute. We got 75. Dirty Water at 75, I think. Yep. We got 75. 75 is the bid now. Looking for a bit of $80. 89, a bit of $80. How about a bit of 80, 89, a bit of 80. Oh, you can comment your guess on the password anytime. There's 75, $80 now. Otis. Got some presidential dollars. That's all presidential dollars right there. Share that with the grandkids. Oh, we have old coins. 1910, 1910S, 12S. There's a 13, 13D, 15D, 16D, 16S. A 17, 17S, a 24D. There's another 24D and a 26D. You'd think I had plenty of those. 24D, that's a $40 coin right there. $40 coin amongst Indians. Let's see here. There's a 2010 P&D penny set. This is a 1960 set of all 4 coins. Large and small date, Philly and Denver. Up to $80 now, looking for an 85, 85, anybody bid of 85, 85? There is a 1935, 35D, and 35S set. 1935, folks. 1935. All 3. Nice BU coins. Here's a pretty big stack of, it looks like lower grade, good and very good. All teens, and probably into the 20s. There's a, what is this, 8 coin set. Yeah, it's an 8 coin set of 2009s. That was a great way to package those. That's all I got for that one. So where's our bid at right now? $90? 90, looking for a bid of 95. 95, how about a bid of 95? 95, anybody bid of 95? 95? Hey, bid of 95. 95, how about a bid of 95? $95. How about a bid of 95? 95, anybody bid of 95? Got 90 going once, looking for a bid of 95. 95, anybody bid of 95? 95? There's Frank at 100. Thank you, sir. $100 bid now, looking for 105. Or 110, I'm sorry, 110. Looking for a bid of 110, 110 now. Anybody bid of 110? How about a bid of 110? Any 110? Need a bit of 110. Now anybody bid in a 110, 110? What did we end up doing here? Aha, I get it. All right. We're sold on this one, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Sold to Frank at 100. Still looking. Nobody has a password matching. Let's see here. Go ahead and get this written up. Come on, go away. All right, there we go. 100 to Frank. All right, let's try you guys on a build-a-bag. We tried the build-a-box. Now, let's build a bag. And write your name on the bag. It's going to be kind of like a pool, except nobody's got anything close. Not yet. We're just going to start pulling stuff and putting it in the bag. Then you can bid on it as we go along. Here is a 1918 cent. It said, what does it say it is? Oh, split after strike. That's what that is. Okay, this side looks normal. Okay, this is a 1918. It's kind of ugly, but look at this. Half the coin's missing. It peeled off. It's a lamination peel. The whole side. Lamination peel. Peeled off. Roy, I have no idea at this point. That's why I don't take coins from other people. Because I don't know what I do with them sometimes. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. So there's that. So 1918, split after strike. Ready for more? How about a 1970, large and small date, together in capital plastic. 1970S, large and small date together. Should get a close look at the 70S small date. I don't even have a dollar bid yet. I'm looking for some bids. Next up, 1955, D over S, nickel. No, that's not going to work. You see it up there on the top of the D. All right, DC's got a $20. Richard Sappington at 30. Paul is at 40. Let's see what else we can find here. How about a 1964 uncirculated Woody Australia halfpenny? How about that? $1964 uncirculated Woody Australia half cent. 1945 Jim Bu to get you a 1945 Lincoln cent in high grade. All right, there's high grade. We're getting there. We're getting there. Penny, penny, pennies. I'm first trying to get somebody to start bidding it. How about that? 1959D. I think it's just a nice toner. 75. You have a great night. You have a great night. So we're up to a $40 bid from Paul Sasso. What's this? Oh, it's pretty decent. 1939S. Kind of a pretty looking 1939S until you flip it over on the back, but it is a Woody. Uncirculated Woody. Another bid above 45, looking for 45 now. Anybody bid of 45? 45, 45, anybody bid of 45? How about a bid of 45, 45? There's Brad at 45. There's a nice 1952D with color. I'll put that in there. We'll pick out 3 more coins. Or 4. Oh, man. Look at that. 1968 proof with a lot of color. Nice color. Got Brad at 45. 45 looking for a $50 bid. Here's a 64D with a nice crescent of color. Here's a 1999 Broadstruck cent. '99 Broadstruck. That goes in the bag. $1920S. Nice, extremely fine coin with a lamination issue down below Liberty there. We got Paul Sasso at a $50 bid, 50 now, looking for a bid of 55. I'm going to put one more coin in, then we'll call it over. And let's see. There we go. One more coin. 1940 Mercury dime. Nice uncirculated full bands. Nice full band coin. Brad's at 55. Looking for a bid of $60. 60 now. How about a bid of $60? Anybody bid of $60? $60 bid now. A bid of 60. How about a bid of 60? 69. A bid of 60. Got 55. Looking for a bid of 60. There's 60 now. 65. 65. There's 65. 70. $70. 79. A bid of 70. How about a bid of 70? 80. A bid of 70. 70. 70. How about a bid of 70? This will be bag one. Any $70 bid? 79. A bid of 70. 70. 70. How about a bid of 70? Any bid of 70. $70. How about a bid of 70? And Brad gets it at 65. I appreciate it, Brad. Thank you very much. Next up, bag two. What do you say we get started? Let's see. What do we get first? Choice to Gem, BU, 1938, Jefferson nickel. How about a toned 1938 proof Lincoln cent? Toned 1938 proof Lincoln cent. Toast don't come along every day. See you, Brad. I appreciate it, brother. Got Otis at 30. 30 now, looking for a bit of 35. There's a 1960 small date Lincoln cent. Nope. 1938 was a difficult year for proofs. They didn't make a lot of them. There's a 1937. Nice one with color. We're up to $40 now. 40, look at a bit of 45. 45. How about a bit of 45? There's a nice 1929S. That goes in there. Let's see. Relatively low grade, but I've got some decent ones here. Here's a 1911D, 1916S, a 1924S, a 1913D. Those will get thrown into the pile. They're all relatively low grade. What else do I have? How about a 2000 Broadstruck cent? 2000 year Broadstruck cent. Got $45 now. Looking for a bit of $50. 50. How about a bit of 50? 50 now. A bit of 50. How about a bit of 50? $50. 23S and very fine. $34D. That's a nice $34D right there. Got DC up to $50. 50 now, 55. 55. How about a bit of 55? 55. I'm going to throw in just a couple more, then we'll call this one done. Here's a 36D with a beautiful large lamination on it. The 36D Lam. Let's see here. A couple more. Oh, wow. That's pretty. 1947 toner. A 54D toner. It's a toner. $1919S. Nice $1919S. $22D. 1922D. Not in the greatest shape, but there's a 22D for you. 50, looking for a bit of 55. 55 now. Anybody a bit of 55? How about a bit of 55? 55? Anybody bid a 55, $55 bid? How about a bit of 55, 55? Anybody bid a 55? Yep, you did hear a 1938 proof. There's a 38 proof in that bag. I don't see it. It's in there. Let's see. Otis at 55, DC at 60, now 65. Well, it was in here when I started. There it is. 38 proof. It's not the prettiest coin in the world, but it is a 38 proof. DC at 75 now. 75. Looking for an $80 bid. 80 now. Anybody bid of $80? How about a bit of 80? Anybody bid of 80? $80 now. How about a bit of 80? Oops. Let me get this out here where you can see it. Oh, heck, it's a proof because of the shine. Holy crap. You see the shine on that thing? The surface? Look. You don't get mint state coins that shine like that. Proof all day long, boys and girls. Boys and girls, you have a proof coin here. And nothing else. And so out of the wild comes the proof coin. All right. I'm going to give you a last chance for another bid. You got 75. Look for an $80 bid. 89, about a bit of $80. How about a bit of 80? 88 now. Do a bit of 80. DC wins $75. $75. All right. Let's try another one. One more. Not highly impressive results going on, but hey, we're trying it. Let's start this off with a nice uncirculated 1943 Lincoln cent. Unk 43, that's a $5 coin. People want, what do you want? Better grade earlies? Do you want toners? What do you want in here? There's a pretty nice 1939. That's a pretty 1939 Lincoln cent there. You want die varieties? I can stick some die varieties in here maybe. Whatever you guys want to do. No, hang on to that. Let's see here. Oh, so I have. How about a nice rainbow toned 1944? Look at that. 44D nickel. Now some of those colors are not actual. See how they're changing? It's more true to form right there. You got some color on it, but it's not like a severe rainbow. It's pretty though. It's a 44D. Silver nickel. Silver nickel. Silver nickel. Santa Claus is here with your silver nickel. Hey, focus. Let's see. Another 60 small date. Got a 60 small date there. That'll go in there. We're at $40. Trying to look for a 45 now. $1954 proof. She's kind of cute. Nice 47D. Boo BU Lincoln. 1947D. Here's a 45S. Nice BU coins. Yeah, still nobody's gotten the password. That's all right, though. You probably won't get it. There's a 50D Lincoln. Pretty one. Nice BU. You guys are going to get your sets all filled up. You won't be coming back. There's a 44S. Really pretty 44S. What do we got, boys and girls? 1940S. Nice 1940S. Solid red coin there. It's another one for your stack. There's another coin for your stack. Let's see. There's a 63 toner. Look at the toning on that. Look at the color on that guy. DC's got a T-Rep's already got a $40 bid on this. It's got 40, looking for 45 now. Look at this. Look at the color on that cat. That's a slammer right there. 1964. It's a 1964. Let's look at some of these that I haven't even gone through and graded these yet. What's this one? There's a 35D. That's a pretty coin. That one will go in there. What's this? Nice 29S. Got a $40 bid now. Looking for a bid of 45, 45, 45, a bit of 45, 45. How about a bit of 45? Here's another one. 39D. Look at the color on that guy. 1939D. Electric coin. Are we awake? I'll find out. There we go. 93 Broadstruck. That goes with that other one that I sold earlier in the auction. Otis now with a 55 bid. Got a 55. $55 where it is right now with Otis. 55 with Otis. What else do we have here? There's Brad at 60. What's this? 1930 plain. Nice woody. 1930. Up to a $60 bid now. Looking for a bid of 65. What's this? 1920 clip. 1920 curved clip. What's this? 34D. Real pretty 34D. I got T-Rep with a 65. Oh, look at this. They don't come prettier than that. God, look at that toning. She's a beaut, Clark. Oh, dripping with luster, too. Man, this is pretty. That goes in there. All right, we're at 65 now. Looking for a bit of $70. 70 now. How about a bit of $70? 79. A bit of 70. There's a 28S. I do believe that's a large. That is a large S. 1928S large S. I appreciate it, Mark. Thank you. Have a good night. Right? Brad at 70 now. Here's a 31D. Decent 31D there. Last coin. Last coin. How about a 1922D? Weak D. It's got a weak D on it. Last coin there. Where are we at now? $70. Brad at 70, looking for 75. Do we get a 75? Can I have a 75? Anybody with a 75? It's a pretty nice little stack of coins right there. We got probably $150 worth. Looking for 75. 75. Now anybody a bit of 75? How about a bit of 75? 75. Last call, boys and girls. All right, $70. Looking for a bit of 75. 75. Now anybody a bit of 75? There's 75. Now 80. 75. Now $80. $80 bid. How about a bit of $80? $80 now. Anybody a bit of 80? Bag. What was this one? Number 3? Is that all? Wow, we're just on number 3. Brad gives me a bid of $80. 80 now 85. How about a bit of 85, 85, 85, 80, a bit of 85, 85? How about a bit of 85? Last call at $80. Looking for a bit of 85, 85 now. A bit of 85, 85, 85. How about a bit of 85? Sold. Brad, $80. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and scratch the rest of these for tonight. It's taking too much time. We're not getting anywhere. Not getting very far anyway. Let's see. Next up, once in a while, you look around for a slab box and you don't have one. Now you can have 4 of them. I've already wrapped these up. They're in good shape. There's nothing wrong with them. 4 PCGS boxes, empty PCGS boxes. And sir, $10. $2.50 a box. $10. DC at 10 now, looking for a bid of $11. $11 bid. How about $11 bid? Anybody bid $11? $11. These are going to have to ship on their own because it's so large, but it'd be well worth it. Whoa. That took longer than it should have. Oh, wait a minute. Trying to fight them. I have no idea. We may not be able to finish this show because of this. Yeah, I think we're done. It's still coming out of nowhere. Yeah, it's idiots, basically. We're not going to get any break from this, so we're kind of done. Don't think we're going to get anywhere. I don't even know what the last bid was at this point. Let me go back. See if I can find it. DC at $10. Got DC at $10. Yeah, this is moronic assholes. What they're not used to is that we have a whole bunch of admins. Can knock them all down. Yep, no escape. They're probably right about that. All right. Well, you can't even have a broadcast without these moron kids coming around. All right, folks. We're going to have to call this one over. DC, you got these boxes at 10. I'll see you guys later. I'll get the invoices out soon. We'll have to figure out how to get this from happening, keep it from happening again. Anyway, talk to you guys later.